Hello and thanks for tuning in to What the If, where I give you, in my opinion, the best what if videos on YouTube. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and like the video so you can keep getting notified every time I post. Also, don't forget to check out this story's playlist if you want to rewatch or catch up on anything you've missed. But if you're ready, stay right there because the story continues now. Phaeton takes a final look back at Machi before rushing in towards Kurapika. Phaeton is surprised at how easy it is to dodge the barrage of attacks flying out from the chain user, but Phaeton wastes little time thinking about it as he tries finishing the battle in one move. But as expected of someone capable of taking out Phantom Troop members, Kurapika is able to avoid Phaeton's attack as well. Kurapika steps back, giving himself enough time to grab his own Boken swords and rip off their protective covering. Kurapika points one of his swords to Phaeton as a warning, saying, "You don't stand a chance in a sword fight with me, so just leave now. If you promise to disappear for good, you don't have to die." Phaeton laughs. "What is this? The stone cold killer already getting cold feet? You started this war, have the guts to finish it." Both men leap back into the fight, trading back and forth equally, with neither seeming to budge. Kurapika tries keeping the pressure on Phaeton, attacking non-stop with both of his blades, but amazingly, Phaeton has been able to keep up with his amazing swordsmanship, but is having trouble doing anything other than fighting defensively. Both men can feel it's a stalemate, but they also know whoever can last longer will survive, so they both continue to fight and test the other's will to win. Not far from their battle, Nobunaga begins to wake up from Gon and Killua's combined attack, and can hear the battle going on in the other room. But he can feel his body is injured, most likely multiple broken ribs or worse. He tries standing, but for now he can't, and is forced to think about how strong Gon has become since his first meeting with him. Nobunaga thinks to himself, "At 30 years old I should be in my prime, but it seems these kids are already starting to catch up to me. Maybe I should be happy I made it this long while traveling with the troop. We've all done things we regret while we've been here. Maybe this is our time to be judged, and this is all just a part of life. Well, I can't just lay here and hide. I have to face this like I've done everything since joining the troop," Nobunaga thinks. As he continues trying to get to his feet to reach Kurapika and Phaeton, their battle continues to be evenly matched until Phaeton is able to slap one of Kurapika's swords out of his hand and out of his reach. Phaeton uses this opportunity to push forward and try to finish his weakened opponent, but Kurapika has been careful throughout the fight not to damage Phaeton enough to activate his Painpacker Sun combo, and is waiting for his chance to finish the fight. And now that Phaeton is overconfident, Kurapika makes his move, throwing his sword at Phaeton as a distraction that is easily dodged, but with Phaeton in the air and heading straight towards Kurapika, he is unable to avoid Kurapika's judgment chain, and just like that the battle is over. Kurapika stands just out of Phaeton's reach and tells him, "This is your last chance to surrender." Phaeton laughs, saying, "I haven't lived the worst life, or the best, but I've always lived it my way, and I'll be damned if I changed it now. See you in hell, chain user." Phaeton calls out his Painpacker suit, but before it can save him, he is killed by Kurapika's chains and falls to the floor. Kurapika takes a deep breath, looks over to the still stuck Machi, ready to offer her the same deal. But he is stopped when Nobunaga calls out asking, "Why would you change at this point?" he asks with a confused tone. Kurapika answers, "I don't want to continue down this road of rage and violence. I want justice for my clan being destroyed, and the spider's destruction is a fair eye for an eye, as far as justice goes." Nobunaga laughs to himself, then answers, "I've given most of my life to the troop. It's been my only family, because it's the only family I thought would ever want me. But if you truly would give a man like me a second chance, I would be foolish to deny it. So, chain user, if you're serious, use your chain, and I'll make my vow to never be a spider again." Nobunaga lays his sword down and waits for Kurapika to use his judgment chain. Nobunaga closes his eyes and thinks of the life he could live after this, or the new family he could start with this second chance. And Kurapika agrees happily that at least one troop member wasn't too far to be saved. "Maybe this means I can turn my life around after this too," Kurapika thinks as Nobunaga's nin vow is complete. Nobunaga looks back at his sword, deciding to leave it behind. He apologizes to Machi as he walks away, still hurting from earlier, but feeling like a weight is lifted off his shoulders. He tells Kurapika, "It takes a truly good man to forgive." thank you. Please show this mercy to Machi and the others as well. Kurapika nods his head, but feels a dark aura coming down the stairs. He sees Hisoka stumble down, badly injured again, no doubt by Chrollo. Even in this state, Hisoka is still on the hunt. Without a word, he rushes towards the hurt Nobunaga and mercilessly cuts him down with one of his hidden blades, to Kurapika's dismay. Kurapika shouts out he wasn't going to fight, he had already given up, but Hisoka just laughs as he shuffles his battered body closer to Kurapika. Hisoka says, he was helping Chrollo try to murder me, so sorry I'm not exactly his friend. Hisoka walks past Kurapika and over to Phaeton's body, straight to Machi. Hisoka begins using his bungee gum to make something, causing Kurapika to question Hisoka's actions. Hisoka just laughs, saying, I made this trick watching Illumi Zoldyck. Hisoka then twists a needle out of his bungee gum and sticks it into Machi's ear, again laughing. I'm not the best manipulator, but simple tasks like this are no problem. Hisoka then forces Machi to heal him up with her nin ability, stitching his wounds closed. Kurapika looks on in disgust, thinking this guy's probably worse than any of the troop members. At least they cared about each other. Hisoka's just a monster. Hisoka interrupts Kurapika's train of thought, calling out, once Machi heals me, I'll finish off Chrollo. Hisoka starts laughing to himself, just thinking of getting his revenge, until Kurapika says, maybe you need a break, just let me handle it while you heal up. Hisoka stops and turns to Kurapika. Don't you remember what I've said from the start? Chrollo's mine. Kurapika tells Hisoka that it's time to stop the scary clown act. Chrollo's kicked your ass twice already, and I'm just not gonna miss my chance just so you can lose again. You can stay here while I find Chrollo. Kurapika turns his back on Hisoka, but the crazy clown finally snaps, as he throws several cards at Kurapika to no avail. Kurapika's chain makes short work, knocking them out of the air. That's it, Hisoka. I hoped it wouldn't come to this, but we're done. This is over. Leave or I'll take you out myself. Hisoka laughs as he tosses Machi to the side, then uses Texture Surprise to finish up his healing routine, leaving Hisoka looking almost as good as new. Hisoka begins walking towards Kurapika, as both now know a fight is unavoidable at this point, but Hisoka stops as a voice calls out. Gon steps back down from the stairway, clearly having been in a fight already himself, but ready for another. He says, Kurapika has more important things to do. Why don't you settle things with me while he's busy? Hisoka smiles, now looking past Kurapika and straight to Gon. Gon walks past Kurapika telling him, Finks got away from me, but he's hurt for sure. My guess is he's going to meet up with Chrollo. Kurapika can tell by Gon's aura he's not changing his mind, so he just thanks his friend and heads off to hopefully finally fight Chrollo. As Kurapika leaves, Gon promises to meet back up when Hisoka is handled. Hisoka lets out a final laugh before his face becomes deadly serious, saying, I hope you got better since last time, so I'm not too bored, Gon. Gon snaps back, saying, don't worry, I won't disappoint you, as both their auras begin to build up for their big fight. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and remember, if you made it this far, leave a like and subscribe so you can stay in the loop whenever I post the next part. That's it for today. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you all next time.